soccer game. That's what it
all
comes
right,
down to.
all right. Well, okay, now thank you for that, Johnny. And since you want to step in and talk mess about other people's reviews, we're gonna kick it over. We're gonna kick it over to JM.
I'm not talking mess about his
Who's
review.
got the inside stuff, the deepest information, the deepest of the deep, if you will, of Netflix's steps.
Yes.
Which deserves a deep.
It really is.
Thorough.
Well,
For real.
hold on, maybe lay it out. What you got?
Maybe.
No, it's funny because when the first, kind of similar to what Johnny was saying in the review, like the first 15 minutes, I'm like, yeah, this gonna be a quick review, and P's not gonna be too happy, but we can spend a lot of extra time on some other stuff like KRS-One. But as the movie went on, it went a little better. All right, so Step Sisters, it is nothing like Step Brothers, which happened like. So here's a little plot summary. You said you hate the movie?
Absolutely.
Shame.
Step Brothers can eat a dick.
Shame.
I said it.
Blasphemy.
I said it. That's right. Will Ferrell, come at me.
Mommy,
What?
Daddy, stop
I'm
fighting.
off camera right now. Still.
He's
You have dueling reviews.
He like zoomed in on your chest and said it on my chest. All right.
All right. So what is Step Sisters
Step
about?
Sisters. Step Sister Jamila has her whole life figured out. She's a president of her sorority, captain of her champion step dance crew, is student liaison to the college dean, and her next move is onto Harvard Law School. She's got it all, right? But then the hard partying white girls from Sigma Beta Beta embarrasses the school. Jamila is ordered to come to the rescue. Her mission is not only to teach the rhythmically challenged girls how to step dance, but to win the Steptacular, the most competitive of dance competitions. With SBB's reputations and charter on the line, and Jamila's dream of attending Harvard in jeopardy, these outcast screw-ups and their unlikely teacher stumble through one hilarious misstep after another. Cultures clash, romance blossoms, and sisterhood prevails as everyone steps out of their comfort zones. So,
brother,
it's black girls teach white girls to dance?
It is the equivalent.
Yes.
It's like Sister Act with Step.
Ooh. Huh, I never made that comparison. Give you a quick down and dirty. Director's Charles Stone. Charles Stone is one who did Drumline, so that touchy-feely feeling of Drumline's clear in there. Chuck Hayward wrote the script. He's the one who actually did Dear White People. One of the people who was served on that. So this screams Dear White People all over it. Essentially that's really what it came down to. It's the first 15 minutes was just cringeworthy, just by virtue of the fact that it was like every sort of social norm that you would see within cultural interactions happened right then and there. You just got like
all those obvious genre tropes. They're just like
it really was. Everything from the super duper woke white boyfriend, the light skinned girl who serves the president, Jamila. She's the main character. So she's very similar to the role that Tessa Thompson played in Dear White People. You know, this super duper black activist, light skinned black girl who also has issues with her own racial identity as well, trying to figure it out. She dates a white guy who's very much progressive as well. That dude wasn't progressive. That dude was obnoxious. It's what it is. This character is played up for comedic value, but they pushed him to 11, where it's like he himself is ashamed of being white. It's like, and when my people oppressed you, I felt so bad that maybe I had to date you and make sure I paid reparations on that ass. In many ways, yeah. It's really what it was. The issue with this movie is that it ran the possibility of just being cultural appropriation. It ran the possibility of being Bring It On all over again, just with stepping, or any other of those movies where you see white folks dancing with hip hop beats and all that sort of stuff in the background.
Compton won in Bring It On though, so.
Yes, they did.
Just saying.
The black team did win on this one too. Spoiler, kind of, sort of, but you'll check it out. It's kind of, sort of. But I think the one thing about this movie that's redeeming is that it knows what it is. It knows that it's doing that, and it really trying to focus on the relationships and cultural connectivity is what it is. The step is really, for the most part, just a device to get them there. So to see Jamila struggle with the issues in her old sorority of her being a legacy in that organization, a legacy meaning that her mother went through the organization beforehand. So her mother's also her sorority sister. So for her to be the chapter president and a stepmaster, if you will, of this organization, this black sorority, and now she's being tasked to teach this white sorority how to step. Issues of cultural appropriation is there. Are you betraying black step by teaching white folks how to do it? That sort of thing that she's struggling with. And there's just so many issues of race and culture that are in there. There's a black girl who's
does it tiptoe around it, or does it? No.
It's in your face a lot of times.
Does it treat it fairly?
It's in your face. It treats it fairly, but there's no answer. The answer is
There never
why
is,
can't
though.
we?
That's
Why
the point.
can't there really isn't
Okay,
one?
I agree with you there. There is no answer, but I did notice that they tried to give you an answer. They were just really weak about it. Because at the end of this picture, there is a pseudo speech, and somebody does come to the decision of, someone does come to the decision after they got. I'd like to say, yeah, they got told, they got put in their place, and then they finally came around. It's not even. There's like one line where I'm like, okay, now we're getting into it, and then she turns around and walks out the room. I'm like, but no, this is where you start, not where you end. and then they try to have the final scene where it's like, you know what? No, I learned this, and now my mind has changed because now I've evolved as a person. And no credits. What? Whoa! No, we didn't actually get to see the transformation. It's just kind of like this happened, and like end. It's like they gave you the Cliff's Notes of racial harmony forming.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that to me felt like not necessarily a disservice because I actually liked this movie. I think more than you did because I wasn't expecting it to be any kind of like serious picture. I was expecting it to be kind of like a loose, weird comedy. And believe it or not, a few of the actors I've seen in this, which is one of the reasons I went in a little biased, was because I recognized them from such movies as the Van Wilder prequel.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
So I wasn't expecting this to be any kind. This wasn't.
No, I heard.
Lean on me with
I heard.
with Joe Clark.
I heard
with
Netflix movies being referred. Someone said Netflix movies are like early TV. They're made to be watched with while you're doing something else, like folding laundry. You know what I mean? Kind of as background noise. And that's honestly, I've watched a lot of Netflix movies recently because there's just so many. There's so much volume now out there that a lot of them are so like just average, if to bad, that they're made to be done while you're like, paying bills or like folding laundry or something.
I mean, I was eating
for
dinner.
The most ones I've seen.
I'm not gonna lie, I was eating dinner for the first part.
Come on,
right?
Hold on.
We're gonna pretend this professional review did not just say he was half-assed in watching the fiction.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not
I
a
don't think it's a
half-ass.
disservice to
It's
the
not.
movie
It's not a
either.
half-ass. I think it goes to your point, and it goes to your point as well, Pete. That it wasn't that serious. It wasn't supposed to be serious.
But at the end, you might be making serious points. But you're not a serious movie too, so
absolutely,
it's a little bit of conflicting.
absolutely. And I mean, I read some of the views online, and folks are angry, saying, "Oh, boycott Netflix." I mean, no, it's not even about that. Especially being,
go ahead, see what happens.
I mean,
I'm gonna boycott Netflix over Stepsisters.
Like for real. I mean, especially me being a member of a historically black fraternity.
Yeah, you're on.
It
was
Iota Phi Theta.
I felt the thigh.
Yeah, I'm about to give you the
legacy on that one, right?
I'm about to give you the finger on that one, boy.
Don't come in my frat. One from Road Trip.
They don't come in frat. They're about to have a problem, people.
No, I'm playing, brother. I fully respect your.
I know you do. I know you do. Kappa.
Oh, Kappa Beta. Charlie Delta.
Charlie Bronson Delta. Yeah.
Charlie Bronson Delta. Broke. We ain't got it. Gotta laugh from Tom. There we go. I mean, seriously, I'm a very proud member of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated, and it being historical black fraternity, and seeing some elements of the fraternal process, especially from the African American context, it was very. I felt with pride. I really was. I liked the way they portrayed it. It wasn't something that was mocked or ridiculed. It was something that was clearly being shared, and I think they did a great job in doing that. So I mean, it's one of those situations where, what are you looking for the movie? So in terms of my review, I give it a thumbs up. If you're just looking for something that's a nice watch, you're not gonna get anything thorough from it. You're not gonna your life's not gonna be changed or anything like that. But I think there's one aspect that I'm sorry. Go ahead, P.
I was gonna say I concur because from the trailer, it seemed like something that was gonna be portrayed as very tongue in cheek.
Yes.
You get the sense that this is not. They're not selling this as like, any after school special they show you at a high school in the hood. This is a story of we acknowledge that there's appropriation here, and the character's talking about appropriation. And in a world where we have people like Rachel Dolezal who are making this making a career choice of appropriation. This is a movie where they're saying, no, we're looking at the lighter side of this, where we're almost approaching the ridiculousness of it in certain points. And I thought that it wasn't done as, for lack of a better term, as coonish as I thought it might be. I expected that they would either go really, really left with like the dumb comedy and lose any kind of smart points. I'm not saying this was a completely intelligent movie, but I'm saying at the very least, they didn't disrespect the audience.
Couldn't find a better term.
I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, it depends what
lack of a better term. This guy for a Nick. No.
I mean, I think it depends on what the audience is. I mean, who is your audience? Would I have watched this if you haven't put this on the assignment? Probably not. But I mean, it was good for what it was. It definitely good for what it was. I mean, first I want to give definitely a couple shout outs to me. What's her name? London Smith. Amazing job. She played the lead antagonist, if you will. I think she did an amazing job in her role. Was very happy with her performance.
She's a name that you don't really recognize, but if anyone's seen that '70s show, she was Stephen Hyde's sister in the later seasons. So
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Cool. The Tori Naughton. I mean, folks should know her by now, and she did a great job. She's one who gave like that speech at the end. But I mean, I think
she's the one who was supposedly had her mind changed, and it was just like, okay, now let me tell you about racial harmony. and
I guess, I mean, they're trying to do a lot in this movie. They're taking on so many issues, very much like Dear White People did. Dear White People took on so many issues in their movie. I mean, things from gender identity and racial harmony and that whole sort of thing was in Dear White People. You can see a lot of that same stuff in this movie as well. So I mean, like I say, take Dear White People, take Drumline. Take like the harmony and niceness of Drumline and the incredible understanding of blackness that is Drumline, and take the racial harmony, like the beginning angst and now racial harmony of Dear White People meshing together, add some stepping. That's pretty much what you got. If you like any of those movies, you're gonna like this one.
I concur. I give it a thumbs up for those very reasons.
I don't.
Okay, well, Black Adam, who did not see the movie, gives it a staunch thumbs down. Angry SOB that he. No, I like this. It's Stepsisters. It's available right now on Netflix. Just came out last week. I recommend cats check it out, but don't expect you're going to see some serious things. No, it's comedy, and actually watch it.
Yes.
Leave it in the background while you're doing laundry.
Come on, leave it in the back. Cook something.
Who?
Man. Talking about you.
I didn't put it in the background. I was doing laundry. I had my food in my hand while I was watching it.
All right.
I said I was eating and watching. So, P, how many reviews have you done where you wasn't doing nothing except watching it?
2.
I don't know what I was doing.
976. I know exactly which one.
Just Clockwork Orange every movie.
That's right. I should have paid deep focus.
View.
Well, one thing I do want to add.
When you
I want
blink, you
Pootie Tang
miss
17
parts.
times.
Love me some Pootie Tang.
Rest in peace, Dirty D.
Dirty D.
Rest in peace. Seriously.
Biggie Shorty. One thing though, especially those of you who are interested in understanding and learning about Black Greek culture, this is a good entryway to it because I mean you see all these different networks are putting on
I thought you were
these
gonna
pseudo
do
movies.
Public service.
Oh, no.
Anybody
No.
looking to get into black culture?
No, I'm not gonna do all
You're
that.
ready to get inspired.
That would have been great.
But I
Hey,
mean,
kids, let's
yeah,
rap for a second.
Took off my Mr. Martin sweater, put my sneakers on. No, because I mean the TV media is flooded with all this stuff. I mean you got the Quad that's on BET, and you have a bunch of other pseudo fraternity sorority shows that are on MTV. They're just flooded with it. A lot of it shows like the negative aspect of it. This shows a really nice sort of blend, if you will. So I'm saying if you're interested in something like that, definitely check it out. Check out Stepsisters.
Well said.
You're welcome.
All right, now we're gonna turn it over to Sarah Richard.
Hello.
Hey,
Rashard.
you are joining
Rashard.
us. Oh, sorry.
You're ruining my
I'm sorry,
branding.
yes. All right, Sarah Richard.